Hey everyone, I wanted to show you a quick application on my niece's nails. We did her nail polish at her house 3 days ago and it didn't last. So I actually, let me see your hand baby. I just took her nail polish off. The implements I'm going to use is the polish remover, alcohol, the buffer, trimmers, cotton, the little file. This is a foam cuticle pusher, which is really helpful. This is an orange stick. It works really well too. My favorite, it's not in the kit, but you buy it on your own, is metal, and it actually scrapes the cuticle. That's one of the biggest keys to getting Jamberry to last. You have to get the cuticle off the nail. These are the nail wraps that she chose. I'm also going to have to nip some of her cuticles, which that's not part of the process, but she needs it because they're really thick. The other key is to, if you have Dawn soap, when I'm all done with her polish remover and getting her cuticles off, I'm going to have her wash her hands with Dawn soap, dry them really well. Then I'm going to prep her nail with alcohol, and I will also show you, she picked these wraps. Now, she's got really small nails, so one of these wraps will probably fit 4 of her nails. I just noticed her thumbs are a little wider, so we may end up putting these on her thumbs. These are some of the samples. I actually purchased some Jamberry Juniors for her, but they're not in yet. So I just wanted to show you guys how to apply and how to make them fit. So I'm going to use the tape to show you how to make them fit. Once you get good at Jamberry, you can just eye them. Like when I do them, I can just know where to cut. But when I first started, if I had a big wrap, I was too scared to just kind of cut. It's just easier to use the tape. So let me get her nails prepped. I'm going to trim her cuticles, have her wash her hands, and then I'll show you the alcohol, and then we'll do 1 nail. I actually might do 2 nails, and then if you guys have questions, you can let me know. So we'll be right back. One of the things that you can also do, I've removed her cuticle, but I'm going to use this little buffer block. It's super fine. It doesn't damage the nail at all, but it's going to kind of buff some of that extra cuticle off that's on the edges. This is actually a shining block, so I don't know if you know much about nails, there's all kinds of grit, but this one actually just kind of shines it up, but it cleans the nail bed a little bit so that this Jamberry is going to stick on her hands better. So, like, here's an example. I don't know how well you guys can see, but let me just get it closer. Her cuticle is really thick, so I'm going to have to just push that back because I don't want the jam not to stick. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, we have prepared her cuticle, scraped it off. She's washed her hands with Dawn. Now we're just going to use alcohol, and basically it just kind of dries out the nail bed just a little so that when we heat up the jam, they stick. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You can prepare the jam with each nail, or you can prepare them before. When I do my own, I usually just do with each jam, and so I'm going to just show you that for her now. I'm going to start with her pinky. We're going to make sure that it fits and it doesn't overlap anywhere on her finger. Now this jam is going to pretty much fit her perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and trim a little past where her nail is so that I can actually do my pull and stretch technique. You don't ever want to touch the adhesive on a jam because it makes it less sticky. So you're going to lift it with your orange stick off of the Jamberry wrap, and then I just push it onto the orange stick really good, and then you heat it up, and it says to heat it 3 to 5 seconds. I usually do it about 10 because but it'll start to like look weak because it's a piece of vinyl, and then so you just heat it up. So I've got it heated up. I just leave the fan on, and then I will place it with the orange stick on the nail. It's a little tricky when you're doing your own nails at first. Now I left overhang, so this part I can touch because I'm not putting it on her nail. So I'm just making sure it fits her nail perfect. I'm not pushing it all down. I'm applying it. I'm pushing the bottom of it, and I'm stretching the tip. So it's stretching the vinyl. Now, I don't know how well you guys can see, but on the sides, there's a little bit of, it looks like a bubble, and so I take the foam part and I just push it down. Then I heat it up again. Just slightly. And then I just really use my finger to push it down. And then if I see there's any lifting, I'll take the orange stick and just kind of push it down like this. And then I trim it to the nail. So you can trim it before. I like to leave myself a little edge so that I can stretch it. So this is about how much of waste you have. And once you get good at it, it's really, you won't even need that much, to be honest. So there's still, it's a little rough on the edge. So what then I do is I take the file and I just slightly file downwards. I don't go back and forth. I don't go up and down. I just down like that. So what you're doing is you're taking that adhesive just off the tip, and then you're making it so that it sort of adheres to her nail. And it'll kind of roll off. Kind of like that. So when I'm done with that, I'll reheat it. And then this is when I do my little baggie technique. So while it's warm, I take a baggie and I push it on the nail like that, and I pinch. And it doesn't hurt your fingers at all. And then I just take, and the baggie kind of helps to, it's kind of like a cling. And then I take this and kind of push it on too. But I'll use my fingers, just push it in. And it seems really time consuming, but it's not. I mean, it gets pretty quick, but when these last, they last so much longer than nail polish or the Sally Hansen wraps. And then when you get really good at putting them on, it's kind of, I don't know, it's like you won a battle. And then they last forever. And so like right here, it looks like her nail is just a little bit ragged. So I'm just gonna trim that. And basically that is her Jamberry nail right there. So hopefully you guys can see that.